It's 6:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A Coalfields man who was left in a coma after a brutal bashing 6 years ago is again fighting for his life in the John Hunter Hospital. Brett Morris is recovering from severe head injuries after falling to the ground following a drunken argument with his teenage son at Harrington last Friday night. The Herald reports the 48-year-old was left with balance problems after being bashed unconscious by a group of street thugs at Bellbird in 2009. An industry investigation into allegations of mass dog graves is being questioned following the discovery of bones at a Hunter Valley Greyhound training track. An inquiry by Greyhound Racing New South Wales, released on July 3, found no evidence of animal mistreatment at the Keenbar trial track near Cessnock. However, late last week, machinery uncovered a large dog grave at the site. Greens MP John Kay says the inquiry highlights the organisation's failure to deal with its own conflicts of interest.
It's not just that the inquiry was misled, it's that it was dealt with without resolving the conflicts of interest inside Greyhound Racing New South Wales. Until Greyhound Racing New South Wales is split up into different organisations, it will continue to operate as both the commercial arm of Greyhound Racing and the regulatory body.
Alex McKinnon says he's moved on from his anger towards Cameron Smith after making an emotional trip back to hospital to see a young Sydney League player who's also been left paralysed in a tackle. The former Knights forward visited Cronulla under-20s player Kurt Drysdale last Thursday in the same intensive care unit at Royal North Shore Hospital where McKinnon spent time last year. He's told the Telegraph Kurt's plight put things in perspective and was a reality check following the fallout from his 60 Minutes interview. The Planning Assessment Commission will hear from another 42 speakers today on whether Newcastle's T4 coal loader should go ahead or not. About 50 people spoke yesterday, some raising concerns about the health and environmental impacts, while others talked about the benefits to jobs and the economy. The worst of this icy weather may not be over just yet for the Hunter. While the Antarctic front has made its way north towards Queensland, a second front could be heading our way by the end of the week. The Weather Bureau says while it's looking fine today, things will start to turn around by Thursday, with showers developing and top temperatures reaching around 14 degrees. Panthers Newcastle will tonight host a forum from 6 p.m, looking at the possible future of Newcastle as a smart city. Newcastle Now project coordinator Evelyn King says anyone wishing to hear how the city can prosper in the years to come should attend the event.
And we're hoping that people working in creative industries, and that's the broad term, it's IT, architecture, industrial design, all of those groups, will come and maybe be able to start to think about how the future can be for the creative industries and how fundamental what they do is to the way all of this is starting to happen.
Sport, thanks to our sponsor Warners Bay Sports Club.
Newcastle Knights halfback Tyrone Roberts is looking to make his presence known after returning from injury on Friday night. The 31-year-old was sidelined for 6 weeks after suffering an ankle injury in round 12. Roberts says while the result was disappointing, it's a relief to be off the bench.
It was good to get back out there amongst the boys, just being a part of the team again. But it wasn't the result we wanted. We didn't really start well, and we can't start like that.
Meanwhile, Knights skipper Kurt Gidley has come to the defence of coach Rick Stone, saying it's time for his teammates to step up and take responsibility for their recent poor performance. Many Newcastle fans are calling for Stone to be shown the door after the club has posted just one win in their last 12 games. Gidley believes Stone deserves more from the side and no one should feel safe about their position in the team. And in golf, major changes are expected to take place in the Newcastle District representative team ahead of their match against the Central Coast next week due to Sydney Pennant's commitments. That's sport, I'm Emily Crowe.
2NURFM News Time 26 to 7.